Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to introduce new brand DNA, the initial release Alpha Pro DAC with headphone amplifier, 6000 milliwatt at 32 ohm load and dynamic range 133 dB of dynamic range, and I believe 124 dB of signal to noise ratio. Analog session, power supply session, and digital sessions are isolated to give you better noise control. Plus, it has dedicated analog input with dedicated preamplifier volume control chip in there, so which is very good option. This is power indicator light. If you are using line out, it only use two options, all on or all off. If you select this pre-stage, you have off position, on position. This is indicator light with the flow of the music, and this is breathe. So these are more options with pre-stage, and this is a headphone stage. You can use low, mid, or high gain control. And this side is input selector switch, so including the line level input and Bluetooth, so you can use this one button. And volume control is pretty nice and smooth control that you can use with this volume knob. Now I like this fading lights when you turn it down, but if you use line level out, this one doesn't work, so light's gonna be always on or always off. Headphone stage is feature a 4-pin balanced connection as well as 6.35 standard connection and 4.4 millimeter balanced connection. Aesthetically really nice looking. It's kind of retro yet modern look kind of thing. So lights are a little too bright for my taste, so most of the time I like to use it at the lights are on off position, especially when I'm using on my desk. Indicator light will show you DSD for orange, MQA for green, and white light for regular PCM files. I don't think it has the indicator for different type of resolution. Build quality is very nice. The way that they design the enclosure is totally sealed design, no ventilation. But given that it has pretty powerful headphone amplifier stage with heat sinks on top of it, so that is where they totally control the temperature, oscillators, and everything were built together with ESS 9039 Pro chip inside. So single chip design and retail for $699. I don't notice high temperature while I'm operating. When I'm playing all day, I don't notice that it's cool to touch on top of the chassis, so which is pretty nice. I started using it on my desktop, listening with Veron 1 headphone, Sony MDR7506, Seal Horizon headphones, and power delivery is very good. 6000 milliwatt at 32 ohm load, which is plenty of power to drive most of the headphones. I totally get that the way that much of power that they are putting out, because I had to drive those Horizon closed carbon headphones, and it sounded pretty open and precise sound with neutral tone. Overall sound signature is, I would say, totally neutral without coloration. As I was listening my own voice while I'm editing, I find it to be slightly on leaner side. Doesn't matter what type of headphone I use, but more revealing the headphone it is more noticeable. For example, when I'm using my favorite monitor headphone, Sony MDR7506, sound is too revealing. When I switch it over to Veron 1, it sounded more forgiving and more enjoyable. So that is going to be all depending on what type of and what sound signature headphones that you are going to pair with. And I noticed they are auditioning this Alpha Pro at the Munich high-end show with Mondrop open back headphones and planar magnetic headphones. So I totally get the way that they put together in that combination in terms of synergy wise. As I audition on my desktop, I find it to be nice power delivery with good control and nice soundscape and sound staging that it can deliver. Then I switch it over to my TV watching and movie watching setup using with the external component connecting analog input, and pretty nice to have that rear analog session in this DAC and headphone stage as well. So if you are looking for DAC, pre and headphone stage together, this could be a good option for you. So I tried that in my streaming setup and watch a few movies, and overall sound is totally reflect as I mentioned before in headphone stage. Then I moved over to this main system, and by the way, I had this for probably like 3 months. I was too busy to shoot review video of it because I have prior commitment. So when I start using it in my main system, pairing it with this Accuface E4000 and SMS N100 streaming bridge, so that combination using USB or optical or coaxial connection, and sound is, as I mentioned before, neutral and clean, precise sound. Then I pair with this S1E8 towers and listening all my music. The sound signature totally shows revealing, transparent, neutral sound, but a little bit on leaner side of tone and balance. To me, it's even a bit on colder side for my personal taste, and it's too neutral, I should say, for my taste that I was using with this S1E8 towers. Depth of the soundscape is not as deep as what I'm used to with other decks or in my system in 2-channel mode in most of my music listening. Even when I'm listening jazz or easy listening audiophile music, I kind of want a little bit more depth in overall delivery, but resolution and revealing sound and micro detail and everything is well delivered with good layering effect and nice three-dimensional soundscape that it can deliver. But I always want more depth behind it. So that's one thing that always make me want more in terms of when I'm enjoying my music. Sound staging and width is as wide as it can be in this room, so like 3-4 feet away from this main tower, so that's how wide it can produce, but leaner side of sound signature. When you pairing component with this Alpha Pro, please keep that in mind because that can make or break in music listening experience. In the end, I end up enabling dual 12-inch subwoofer to get the depth that I want. But in Sound Sample, you will hear without the subwoofers. Bass quality is nice and articulate bass notes. Again, a bit on leaner side as well. Layering effects, resolution, and micro detail, upper range frequency extension, and spacious and airy notes that it can produce as always typical ESS 9039 Pro chip sound signature. Although it can get bright. What I mean by that is depending on the music, depending on the pairing component, right? So when I pair with this JBL and Accuface and this Alpha Pro combination, sound is slightly brighter than I would like. When I moved over to that S1EX tower, sound is just about right, except that depth that I want. This is the DAC that you have to pair with right component to get the best sound quality out, including the headphones. If you want most revealing, transparent sound, this can totally do it. If you want smooth and rich sounding DAC or headphone amplifier stage, this may not be the best option for you if you are after that kind of sound signature. This is for those of you who wants clean, precise, and transparent sound with revealing sound signature. This could be the one that you should consider. A few of my favorite things about this Alpha Pro is noise control, temperature control, powerful headphone amplifier stage, revealing sound with layering sound quality, layering effects that it can produce. A few of my least favorite thing about is leaner and a little bit of colder side or neutral sound. I would like to mention that to you so you can keep that in mind when you're pairing component. Appearance, design, everything. I like the way that they design. The lights can be a bit bright. I wish that they have dimmer option to tone it down. Other than that, it's okay for me. I mean, it's futuristic look but retro design in my opinion. I totally dig the design though. I wish that they come up with full-size components, so that would be nice option. So that's it, my friend. That is the experience that I like to share with you. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Without the bleeding, and I tell you why I bleed.